It's your boy Royalty, your boy Matt Thomas. On my way to my radio interview right now. I'm pretty excited. I don't know what to expect. I hope you guys tune in. I hope you guys pay attention. I got a whole lot of stuff to reveal, a whole lot of stuff to talk about. It's a pretty big deal for me. You know, it's not my first radio interview, but looking towards the future. You know, starts with the radio interviews, it starts with TVs, and you know, we're just gonna go off of this. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys are commenting, liking, and subscribing. You know, and let's get it going. Like that ETA about to change. What are you talking? ETA talking about that 850. You know, it's one thing when the cops is in front of you. You don't feel as nervous as when the cops is behind you. We're not gonna talk about that. I heard you good with those soft lips. And you know word of mouth. It's way with the 69 and 80 something, right? So I've been trying to work it out. Good weed, white wine. Okay, there we go. Only thing we have on is the radio. Let it play. I know you gotta leave, but I know you wanna stay. The things that we could do in 20 minutes, girl. Say my name, air it out. I don't know, Drake be talking. Finally arrived, so let's see what this is about.
All right, how you doing?
Yeah. What's up, everybody? This is the Raw Truth Show, and you are listening to Raw Truth Radio. We are here tonight with my main man, Matt Thomas, known for a long time, ball player, entrepreneur, slash dancer, slash stripper. You know what I'm saying? We here in the building with him. Introduce yourself, brother.
Yeah, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Matt Thomas, aka Royalty, for those that watch me on social media. Appreciate you guys for having me. My boy Cool, we go way back. Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3 type it. You know?
Tag you in. Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to jump right into it because I want you to introduce yourself. Tell everybody what you're all about because you got some new stuff going on with yourself and it's looking real good. You know, let everybody know from A to Z what you're doing and where you've been and originally where you're from and all that.
We'll start off, and I'm from Harlem, New York, you know, born and raised. The biggest thing is that I'm a basketball player. You know, that's one of the biggest things. I played basketball my whole life. It's kept me out of trouble, kept me out of jail. It's one of the biggest catalysts for my college degrees that I have. After leaving school, I pursued a professional contract. I went over in Germany, I played. I went to DR and I played. I went to the G League and, you know, went out for the national tryout. I did really well out there. They didn't pick me up. Beyond that, you know, just been training, you know, staying ready for all type of opportunities, staying optimistic. During the process, I've created my own episode, my own TV series on YouTube to show the path of the struggles of trying to become a professional basketball player, you know, not giving up, not falling fault to those that doubt you. I'm staying consistent for the most part. Beyond that, I've really got into YouTube and I've created my own platform to where I inspire people, I motivate people. I try to stay consistent and raw. One of the biggest things is nowadays that you see on social media and just in life is you see a lot of fake stuff. You know, you see a lot of things that are not real. I'm not 100% like, you know, all out there, you know, but I am pretty honest with my audience. I put everything out there because I'm very comfortable where I brought myself to. You know, I'm comfortable with my failures and maybe who I am now. Beyond that, you know, I have an ET challenge that I'm doing. So every day that I post, I try to post some type of like positivity, I try to post some type of knowledge towards whether it's relationships, whether it's things that you're dealing with, basketball, whether it's toxic households, whether it's mothers or fathers. That's one of my biggest things. And like I said, I'm still trying to put smiles on people's faces. So I know what it's like to feel invisible. So I try to make sure that people know that they matter. That's the biggest thing of it all. And at the same time, I try to put my word on my clothing. So when people put it on, they could be like, "Oh, this is what it represents. Okay, I respect that, and I want to be a part of that. That trend, that legacy."
Coaching you, of course, in basketball and stuff. I noticed you went to this YouTube thing, and I had hit you up. I was like, "Yo, what you doing on YouTube?" And you're doing a lot of positive things. You know what I mean? I read a lot of your comments from other people and stuff like that, and also I hit some comments and stuff to give you some, some support too. And you hit one topic that I said, I gotta have him on the show because it's bringing a lot of heat.
Yeah.
This relationship thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Let people know about what this relationship topic that you have going on because people going at you with that.
It depends on which one you're talking about.
Well, all of them, because you talk about how you can't trust a woman and how don't trust a man and you need to do this. Don't buy the dinner.
Yeah.
Let them buy you. Come on, man.
Now the biggest thing is that people find it hard for what I'm saying. They're like, who is he? Who is he to say what we should or should not do? But people follow social media so much. People see a picture of Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade and like, I want that. People see Beyonce and Jay-Z and I want that. They see all these relationships and things that's going on, but they don't see behind the scenes of how it got to that.
Right.
People don't understand the logic of, D-Wade, he cheated. Gabby decided to stay. She decided to fight for the family, and she even took fault for the fact of the matter is that I wasn't there for that man knowing who he was.
Gotcha.
Jay-Z folded, but Beyonce didn't leave because they had a household, they had kids. It was like, if you do it again, I'm out. But however, you are the man of my life, I'm gonna stick around. What I tell people nowadays is, you can't be in a relationship if you don't know yourself. How can you tell yourself that you want to be in love, you want to have this type of household, you want to have this type of financial gain, you ain't got no money to your name. You don't even know reasons why you love yourself. You can't even name 3 to 5 reasons why somebody should be with you besides the fact that you laying down in bed. If you remove sex from most relationships, people don't have anything to offer.
Right.
And when I tell most women this, they take it offensively, but it's like a man that can get it at any time, that can have anything that he wants. What can you offer a man that tells you that he doesn't want sex?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that changes the game, and a lot of people find it as females respond more snappy. They respond
right.
like, who are you? And I just asked them like, if you remove sex from a situation, how can you make a man a better man?
Right.
And if you ever listen to narratives of, you ever hear the term, oh, he's not a man, you've never heard he's not a man from a man. Almost 95% of the times that you hear he's not a man, you hear from a woman. But how can a woman pass judgment on a man when she'll never be that of a man?
Right.
So they don't understand the difficulties of it is of being a man, and us walking outside having a fight society, not knowing how it is when we're gonna deal with police officers, not knowing how it is gonna be deal with, even people of our own hood. You don't know if the gangsters or the thugs just feels away because you succeeded. So it's like we got so many things that we gotta attack, and then we gotta come home to our ladies, and if you're not trying to make me a king, not trying to build up my empire, then I don't need you in my life.
Right. Ladies, gentlemen, anybody that have a question for Matt, please call in 347-960-3486.
Only call back if you want these problems. So if you don't want these problems, don't call in.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it quiet.
well educated over here, so make sure you pick your battles.
Oh, that's another thing too, because you really, you said you went to college and you got degrees.
Yes.
You didn't say a degree, and you didn't say like it's 2 degrees. It sounded like you got 4.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I have 3 college degrees. One in liberal arts. I have one in biology, and I have one in physiology and science exercise. I'm a year and a half away from being a doctor in the physical therapy field. So, you know, my fallback plan is pretty decent. You
No
know,
doubt.
I'm pretty much solidified, pretty much comfortable. If you would have told me a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, like, you know, when you leave college, you're gonna be focused on a YouTube channel, I would have laughed. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
I was like, what? You know, but you know, I'm happy. You know, the feedback that I get, the DMs that I get, the texts that I get, that people hit me up, like, you know, you're changing my life, you're affecting my life. You know, the things that you're saying, most men don't want to talk about. And it's like, really? Like, you know, I have my platform, and I feel like I have my platform because of basketball.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, I'm not a selfish dude. You know, I feel like I try to give back as much as I can if I have it, and I feel like people, you know, gravitate towards that, and it just makes my job much easier. That's why it's easy for me to post so much content that I post,
Right.
put out so much that I put out, and you know, just trying to stay consistent for, you know, for my fans and my people that support me.
Yeah, that's good. That's real good.
I like the statement that was made in regards to a woman. If she's not bringing anything to the table besides sex, and as well as a man, I think that's a real conversation. That's an adult conversation that a lot of us don't have. You know, it's weird being, how do I say this? Being a player most of my life, if that makes sense. You know, and I don't mean it in the sense that I'm single, I'm dating. I mean, I use my discretion in that sense. But if I'm with somebody, I'm with that person. I don't believe in cheating.
Yes.
I'll leave you to cheat. I tell all the ladies, I always tell them, be mindful of what you're choosing and who you're choosing, because at the end of the day, it's like an STD. It will change your life. So, you know, when you say that, I definitely hear you, and I can applaud you, because I think I'm on the right path. What do you think?
One of the biggest things that I'll say to that is, are you single now?
Listen, man, don't get in my business.
My bad.
Yeah, he's single then.
My bad. The thing I'm gonna say is this.
I'm not single. You see how you are cool.
I'm gonna just use my own perception. Like I said, cool coach. He's known me for years. When we was in school, I was wild. I was talking to I was talking to a plus full of women. And as time went on, I kept it with the same narrative until maybe like 2016, maybe like 2017. I kind of was like, all right, man, you need to chill.
Hold on. So you gave up your player's card? That's what you're telling me? You sitting in grocery right now, you gave up your player's card? Cool, you can't come back here.
Nah, you gotta.
Well, we don't know yet. Man. I'm waiting to hear if he gave it up.
You gotta.
Sure.
The thing about it is that it got so consistent that I could have whatever I want whenever I wanted it, that I didn't want it as bad as I thought I wanted it at a point. So, you know, if you go to a soda machine, right, and the only soda you got is Sprite, you're gonna drink Sprite all the time.
Right.
But let's say you go somewhere else and you see Sprite, Sunkist, Pepsi, Wild Cherry, you're gonna be like, hold on.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna try something
You
else.
gonna
Right.
let me try something else. So what I did was, you know, I knew all of the flavors, but at the end of the day, nothing was making me better. You know, like I was still pursuing basketball. I started trying to find a relationship with God when I went to West Virginia.
Right.
You know, I was still wilding in, so I was dipping here, and I'm trying to pray here, dipping here, trying to pray here. So I was in and out. And me being honest, people ain't gonna say that they was on both sides of the fence. And I was in a situation where I was caught between two women, two girls that I was actually like, you know, damn, you know, whoever messes up first, I'm gonna be with the other one.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, you know. So they both pulled up on me at the same time.
Oh, see, nah.
So then you messed up.
Not necessarily
We
because
don't do that.
because the only reason that I was talking to both of them was because both of them messed up. So when they approached me with the situation, it was like, you know, Matt, what are you doing? And I was just honest with it. Like, it was the most rawest I've been. I was like, if you would have never messed up, she would have never been relevant. If she would have never messed up, you would have never been relevant.
Right.
And, you know, I could have still chose to be with either one of them, but I decided not to. I left back to school. And from that point on, I was just like, you know, it's cool, you know, but I'm not a braggadocious type of guy. I'm not over here like, oh, you know, I talked to this girl, you know. So when I realized I could always have it, I didn't want it as much anymore. And it was like, what do I have to show for it? You know,
Right.
I'm broke. You know, of course I got college degrees, but I have nothing that I can be like, this is my foundation, this is what I'm solid with. And at the end of the day, it was just like, you know, I didn't want to, you know, live this lifestyle for a long time. And I started thinking, like, you know, by the time I hit like 28, 29, 30, you know, I gotta be settled down, I gotta have like 2 kids. You know? So this is my mindset. And, you know, as of time went on, I was just like, let me chill out. And I decided to just go all in for my craft, you know, all in for ball. I was always all in for ball, but, you know, like I said, I had my extracurricular activities. And beyond that, it was just like, it just wasn't it for me. You know, once you, like I said, there's a difference between a guy that can have it anytime
Right.
and a guy that needs it. You could tell the difference between those two guys. I could go to a club right now and women could come to me and it won't faze me. But you know, those little niggas, when they go into the club, they're like, yo, we gotta get this. We
Right.
need this. And I'm just like,
I ain't leaving until I got 5
you know
numbers.
what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm over there like, I'm good, bro. And then
Right.
people probably get the perception like, oh yeah, I couldn't get it. Like only if you knew, if I wanted it, I could
could
have
have
it. You know
it,
what I mean?
right.
So it's just, you know, everything changes as time goes on. So I think when 2016, when I made that decision to like, you know, chill out, that was probably the best decision. So I would say like, you know, I cooled out.
You spent some time in my second home playing ball
Yeah.
with DR. Where were you at? What year were you there?
It was before 216.
I think it was.
I was there in 2012. That's why I was.
Oh nah, yeah, I was there. What's this? 19? I was there out in, I think 18, 17, 18.
Okay, so
You need one wilding that.
trust me, he was in DR. He was moving.
Oh.
Not saying he was wild, but he was definitely moving. Would you say your experience there in regards to how women treat men changed your outlook on things here in the States, how women treat men, or their relationship with men there, or a man's social, I don't want to say social status, but a man's status? Would you say that changed your outlook on things here?
Not necessarily, because the same way that they treated me there, they treat me here.
Okay.
You know, so it was like, out there, don't get me wrong, they look at you like you're a superstar. You know what I mean? And then they,
It's a different,
It's a
different world. Man is still man. Man is still king on the island. So, how a lot of females here in the States act, and you know you're laughing. you know I'm trying to find.
I feel like you like bouncing around what you
Yeah.
actually want to say.
I really can't say it.
And the funny thing is, I think the direction that you're going, I had a conversation with one person recently
Okay.
about it.
Okay.
And I was saying I was going to talk about this topic, but I had to be very careful about how I talked about it because the backlash that I would get would be drastic.
Crazy.
Okay, let's do it though. Let's
Well,
do
this
it.
is Road Trip Radio.
It's Road Trip Radio. This is where you keep it
I
real.
gotta get you on my show.
You know what I'm saying?
It's tough.
Go ahead.
It's very, very. You might make my channel go for a different turn.
Somewhere, and it's crazy because you're going to the store and they charge you 300 pesos for this because you're American, and I could be American living there, and they sit there and say, "Give me 100 pesos."
Yeah, I spoke
Right.
Spanish though. I spoke decent Spanish.
So, okay.
There you go.
When I was out there, they wasn't getting me. They was like,
They
you know,
tried.
Yeah, they tried.
Yeah.
Like, you know, a couple of
It
drinks.
was like, yeah, it costs uno, dos,
Yeah, I
tres.
was like, nah, it wasn't happening. But like fast. Like I had adapted to the culture. I adapted to, got cool with a couple of girls, got cool with a couple of guys. I got cool with like some OGs out there though, like some big hitters.
We're gonna get right into why did you start with a clothing line?
Honestly, I don't know if you remember back, I was doing a Dream Into Reality.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I was doing a Dream Into Reality. I had hired a producer. We were working on the footage to drop my first episode of my process through college, you know, pursuing a professional contract and stuff like that. I went a different direction between him because, you know, he had a lot of projects, so I had to retract my film from him. But after that, once I got into the YouTube world, a lot of people was like, you know, do you have merch? You know, merchandise, you know, that we can support. And I'm like, you know, I don't know what direction I'm gonna go with it. I don't even know what type of items I'm gonna put together. So the first thing was the 1%. The 1% hoodie
Right.
is one of my pride and joy. That's my baby. That's basically a web series that I'm gonna put out. I'm actually trying to promote it to Netflix to put it out, and I'm trying to put together a bunch of episodes for at least one season. But that's one of the biggest.
Oh,
things.
okay, hold on, Matt. We got a caller.
Copy.
Hello, caller. Thanks for calling the Raw Truth Show. Who am I speaking with?
It's your girl, Shank.
Hey, that's the co-host. That's the co-host, the First Lady Shank Bugs.
Copy.
We here with Matt Thomas. Shank, what's up?
Nothing much. I just called them. Sorry I didn't make it in tonight.
So, do you have any questions for Matt?
So, let's see. I heard some of the questions that you said. I'm trying to think. Let me see. Where do you see yourself in the future?
How far are we talking? How many years are you talking? Like when you say in the future, are you talking like a year? Are you talking 5 years, 10 years?
No, like say a year and a half.
Well, I have a 5-year plan right now. My 5-year plan right now is I'm in the process of trying to save up $100,000 by next year, 2020. That's my biggest goal.
Okay.
That's my biggest focus. I wasn't really good with money growing up. And that wasn't a luxury that I had. You know, I wasn't broke, but you know, my mom worked for everything that she had to put on the table and stuff like that. What I'm looking for is I'm trying to have a financial foundation in which I could start creating a family, you know, start creating an enterprise as far as developing 7 sources of income, because 7 sources of income is the average income of a millionaire. So that's my biggest focus. So my only concern right now in my life is just being like head on, straightforward for this goal. So my next year, 2 years is just focusing on that. And when I have the opportunity, I just want to travel and just enjoy life and just see where and how far I've came.
Oh, okay, that's good. Well, I wish you all the best. I hope you succeed with everything you want to do in life and get your business to the height you want it at. And I thank you for coming to the show. I'm sorry I couldn't make it, but hopefully in the near future we'll get to meet.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you for calling in.
No problem.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that 7 sources.
Right.
You know, most people, like I said, you gotta speak optimism. You gotta speak life into things that aren't even planted yet. You know, speaking life into things that aren't even planted yet. You know, you put yourself in a better predicament.
Right.
If you keep waking up and you start talking this negativity, only negative things is gonna happen. That's one thing that I did learn. Like even if you don't believe it, if you speak it enough, your mind will start, you know, coercing itself to believe it. Like, hey, you know, get up, get something done, go do something. And I just can't imagine my life just complaining about everything. Like you just wake up mad, like you
Right.
just wake up pissed. Like nah, that's not me. So my goal is the 7 sources, and if I get that, you know, one day I'm gonna just sit back, I'm gonna pop a bottle of champagne and just be like, this is who you are. This is what you always believed, and you know, now you're your own hero. So that's the biggest thing.
Right, okay. So finish with the movie that you were supposed to come out with, and it turns now into a clothing line because of your YouTube page.
Yes. So this is what They Don't See Clothing is basically dedicated off of a web series I was presented to Netflix. Right now I'm in the process of still working on it. It's a pretty tough one. I'll probably post it to YouTube. I've been debating it over with my manager. We've been talking back and forth about what direction I should go with it. But in the process of doing so, the YouTube videos just started coming. Like they were just coming to my head, and it was like, you know, I have all this knowledge, I have all these good conversations, but more people need to hear it. You know, so when I first started my YouTube channel, I had 45 subscribers. Right now, I'm plus 1,400. You know, so there's 1,400 people that's that's listening to my page. Maybe not all the time, but just imagine if you have 1,400 people standing in front of you waiting to hear you talk. You know, like it might not seem like a lot to someone else, but to me it's like, you know, you have to be very particular about what you put out there. You know, before I post anything, you know, I say a prayer and I say to God, like, you know, make sure I'm putting out the right type of content, the right type of message, because I know you're gonna hold me accountable for anything that anybody takes wrong. Progressively moving forward with that was the clothing line. So the clothing line was like, okay, we're wearing Nike, we're wearing Adidas, you know, we're wearing Timberland, we're wearing all of these people, but we don't know them. You know, and most of the time, they don't support black people. You know, they don't support black men at that. And I was like, why not just, you know, make my own clothing line? You know, why not be consistent and post it? So right now, this is what they don't see. Hoodie, the 1%, was just the first item. That was actually supposed to be the only item, but it took off. People were buying. People were like going crazy over it. The people that did buy was calling me, texting me like, yo, people want to know where this sweater's from. They want to get it. They want to get it. They want to get it. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, and in the process of me talking through my YouTube videos, I kept saying different things. Like I was like, you know, everybody in their feelings, like, they need to focus on money. You know, stay out your feelings, get a bag. You know, and I kept saying this so much that then that was the next clothing. You know, it was the stay out your feelings, get a bag for the T-shirts.
Right.
And I was like, can everybody attest to this? You know, can women and men agree to this? And when I pushed that out, I mean, the response I got from that was even crazier.
Right.
I produced a shirt called Fair Early, Fail Often that wasn't supposed to be a product.
Oh,
it was
wow.
not supposed to be a product. Me and my manager laughed about it all the time. It was just supposed to be mine.
Right.
It's supposed to be mine, but what happened was I posted it and I got like 15 DMs like, I want that shirt.
Right.
And I'm like, hold up. And they're like, no, that's the shirt I want. I was like, you sure you don't want to stay out your feelings, get a bag? They're like, no, we want that shirt. So then I had to produce that shirt, and at this time, you know, I was able to come up with the financial money to do it. We were able to get this project jumping and started. So as the project was getting jumping and started, more people started buying, and we look up, you know, we start hearing messages from people like, you know, oh, I seen somebody wearing your clothes in the street, you know,
Right.
Somebody just posted your clothes in the street, like, you know, it's awesome knowing that I know you and someone's wearing your items, and
Right.
you're a great dude, you know what I mean? So it's like, knowing that, hearing that is just inspirational, just even knowing that people just want to support or even like, you know, rock my merchandise.
Right. I know that sweatsuit's going off the chain right now.
Yeah, the sweatsuit is
And it's about to get chilly too.
Yeah.
I know they about to jump all over that one.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. Like people, the only thing about my clothing line that I have to keep in mind is that black people are kind of cheap, like point blank, period.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there are people that, I'm not gonna say the ethnicities or the races that have purchased, but there are people that have purchased my sweatsuits, my hoodies, and haven't even asked me how much it costs.
Right.
They
Right.
just, hey, here's the money, give me whatever you can give me for this. And there's no questions at that. But, you know, when it comes to, you know, my kind, you guys know who you are.
Jeez,
You know,
discounts.
the discounts.
Right. Right.
You know, really, is it this much?
Right.
Really, are you serious? It's like, yes, period. Like, there's nothing else to it.
Right.
You know, me giving you a discount, me being nice to you is doing nothing for me and my foundation and who I am.
Correct.
Like, I'm not saying to bury yourself at the expense of making me great, but support somebody you know the way same when you're gonna buy the Nike Techs, them Timberlands, them Yeezys. Like
Oh,
most
yeah.
people would never talk to you. You don't even know them.
Right.
At least with me, you know, you could be publicized, you could be respected. You know, you never know how it can even go further from then on. You know what I
Right.
mean? You know, I just say that support the people you know now before you can.
Well, you're not that type of person anyway, so it
Right.
doesn't really
Yeah.
matter, you know what I mean? But, you know, most of the dudes, like, you know, once they get famous and all that, now they don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not going here without security. And I just have a strong feeling, I know for a fact you ain't going to be doing that. The great thing is you're going to be jumping in the stands and the fans.
Yeah.
And be like, yo, you know, get protected by fans.
Nah,
period,
for
you
real.
know?
Because the thing about this is, like, I know one of the biggest things I said is, if I act like that, God is gonna snatch it right away. Period.
Right.
Like I don't even play games when it comes to big homie. Like with everything that I do, with everything that I get done, I give 100% respect to him. Let him know, listen, you know, where I'm at in my life, it wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you.
Right.
You know, make sure that, you know, you move me in the footsteps that you so see fit. You know, things of this nature, because people always want to say, you know, I want to thank my boys, I want to thank my girls, I want to thank my circle and all that. It's like, at the end of the day, I have to thank God, period. You know,
Right.
and then from then on, it goes, you know, to my mom and, you know, to the family and things of that nature. And then, you know, I'm just pretty much different when it comes to those things.
Right. Oh, it looks like we got another caller. Hello, this is the Raw Truth Show. How you doing? Who are we speaking with?
Penelope.
Hello?
So
Hello?
turn her,
Yes.
she got to turn her radio
You gotta turn your radio down
background.
in the
Yeah,
background.
because it's connected to that. Hold on. Sorry.
It's all right.
We appreciate it.
Hello?
We appreciate your call. You here on the Raw Truth Show, and we here with Matt Thomas. Do you have any questions for Matt?
Yeah, I do, because you guys are just talking about his clothing line, and I see that you have a lot of t-shirts and sweatsuits out. So my question for him was, for 2020 in the summertime, if you guys have anything for like summer girls, clothing or anything like that? Anything cute for women basically?
So you telling me to skip a whole year ahead to let you know if I got some clothing?
Yeah.
I've been, like I said, I talk everything over with my manager. Whenever I get anything done, it's not just off of me pulling the plug. I've been thinking about, you know, progressively moving forward with like crop tops, tank tops, just different more female friendly items. My biggest thing is the reason why I'm producing at such a small rate is because I have to figure out what my clientele is. You know, once I find my clientele and know the consistency that I have, if I have more women, then I'll appease to more of my women audience. And you know, if I have more men, then I'll appease to them as well.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, that was my only question.
Okay.
And what's your name?
My name's Penelope.
Okay, you can give a shout out, you know, tell people, say hello to somebody. It's the Raw Truth Show. Keep it raw.
Wow. This is,
Well, I'll give a shout out to Matt Thomas. He's been doing great on his interviews as well, and also Par, and I'm actually a friend of his, so I just wanted to call in and ask a question.
No problem.
Appreciate you, Nelly.
Thank you for calling.
Bye.
That's nice. So, that's true. I mean, I didn't see any, like, not even women t-shirts, but you said some of the clothes is like unisex.
Yeah, most of the clothes that I've made is unisex. It's kind of like a safety net. You know, me making unisex clothing, it's just like, hey, this is what I have. What's up? You know what I mean? You know, if you build like a cardboard, then it's not going to fit you. You know what I mean? But if you build like a woman or whatever, you know, it'd be nice for your body. If
Right.
you have a man's physique, it's going to fit you like a man. You know what I mean? You know, like I said, making clothing to a female's body,
Yeah.
it can help, but it's just like, you know, what's your makeup? You know, what's your body type like? At the end of the day, you know, the clothing can only go but so far for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So when is the fashion show?
Actually, wow, that's funny, me, my man, to talk about that. I actually was having a conversation over with my aunt. She owns a big restaurant chain, and we were talking about where the direction that my clothing line is going. We were looking over some places that we could possibly do a fashion show at. I just told her I wanted to wait until I had more items. I wanted to wait till I had more models and more people of consistency. Because one thing I can't do is I can't be producing this stuff at a mass rate and people don't want to be a part of it. You know, people aren't consistent. And at this point, I'm a big fan of being on time. I'm a big fan of being respectful. I'm a big fan of believing in your craft. You know, so anybody that I hire, anybody that's a part of these things, I have to make sure, you know, wants to stick a part of it. You know, once that happens, once I get that figured out and situated, and I get about 4 to 5 more items out, I think I'll push it. I'll push the fashion show definitely.
Oh, okay. Well, you know you gotta let Raw Truth Radio know so we be in the building.
Yeah, y'all good, definitely.
Before we go, I know Kubi asked you, once again, tell the people where they can find you on YouTube. Tell the people where they can find you, period. Let them know what you have coming up. And, you know, let Kubi know, let myself know. Let us know where we can be beneficial to what you got going on.
Exactly.
I'll start with you guys. You know, you guys just opening this door. This door right here is just amazing. It's humbling. You know, just to even know that I could even be presented on a radio show. You know, I don't take nothing for granted. I don't take anything for granted. You know, any door that's open is a blessing. It's another person that's listening. It's another person that's taking part of what I'm saying. For you guys that's listening, if you want to find me, you can find me on YouTube, Matthew Thomas with 2 T's, MATTHEW Thomas. You know, I'll pop up. Please subscribe. You know, I post, like I said, I post every day. I try to post every day. It's very hard. I know people probably look in and probably like, you know, these videos are hard. I can do it. I dare you to try it. I dare you to try it. It's very hard. And I'm posting, like I said, not for any type of clout, not for any type of attention. I want to make sure I'm changing lives. I posted a suicide video a year ago, and it was through a tough mental space that I was going through. And I got 17 DMs that I saved 17 lives. You know what I mean? So it's like, to know that I've saved lives off of a video that I wasn't trying to save lives off of, I was just trying to give an expression of what I was going through, just lets me know that my platform matters. You know, we all matter, you matter. And I make sure I implement that into every video. I'm real life. You know, you can DM me, you can call me, you can hit me up, I will respond. I'm not bougie, I'm not Hollywood. And like I said, I know God will take it from me at any point if I don't do His work. And that's one of the biggest things. Like I said, I'm not a saint, you know, but I do try my hardest to make things better in my life and other people's lives and put things into real perspective. So Matthew Thomas on YouTube, please subscribe, please comment. Let me know that you have subscribed. I will shout you out. We can talk. But last but not least, I have a platform called Patreon. Patreon is a platform where people fund me as a content creator. It's separate from YouTube. Right now, what I have about 10 Patreons, and people are funding me at as low as $7 monthly. And I'll post total different content there, like content that's requested, content that people ask to see. And this is what people are funding me as a content creator aside of YouTube. So if you guys like what you see, I post all the time. My link is in my YouTube. If you guys ever want to subscribe as a Patreon subscriber, but you know, if you guys ever have any ideas, any topics you want me to touch on, anything that you believe in, that you want to challenge me with, you know, I'm respectful, and I'm an open door policy as well.
Thank you, Matt Thomas, for being on the Raw Truth Show with my main man, DJ Mike G, Shank Books, and me, myself, Kubi, from Kubi TV. This is Matt Thomas, and you're listening to Raw Truth. However you want to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is Matt Thomas, and you're listening to Raw Truth Radio. What's up, guys? I had a great time, great radio interview, Raw Truth Radio. I appreciate you guys for having me out. I hope you guys have me out again. I hope you guys were listening to the radio show, man. I was saying a lot. You know, it was a lot for people to pick up, but, you know, if you respect what I was saying, if you support me and stuff like that, please comment down below. Please let me know you like it. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with your friends. And most of all, I appreciate you all right? Talk to you later.